Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Rants show. This is a very somber episode. I've just heard some pretty bad news. Now I'm being a little bit over dramatic. This isn't something that I just found out, but it's disappointing nonetheless. Now, I grew up, or I should say, when I was in middle school and high school, you know, the hot commodity was gum. That was like our currency, like in prison where they use like cigarettes for currency. At my school, it was gum. You know, gum was the lifeblood of the economy. You know, you had gum, you traded gum, you bought and sold in gum. Now, obviously, that's not really what happened, but gum was a huge deal. If you had gum on the first day of school, you were in. You were in. You were locked in. Everyone loved you. The students loved you. The cool kids, the lonely stoner kids, the teachers, everyone loved you. If you brought gum to class every single day and you shared that, you're in. So I went through a ton of gum. A ton. In fact, I was so worried about my gum consumption. I was worried that when I turned 21, I would start up smoking because I just had that. I was chain smoking gum. I would finish a piece and I would immediately put in another one. I would literally chain smoke that from the moment I woke up to the moment, or not from the moment I woke up, but in school I did. And it was only until a couple years later, I think like last year maybe, I found out that gum has microplastics in it. Now, this is not a surprise now because everything has microplastics in it. Everything. But I didn't know back then. This is my problem with the world today. There's famine, there's unnecessary wars, there's more slavery today than there's ever been ever. But it's the small things. Why are you putting fucking plastic in my gum? Why? Why are you putting plastic in my gum? I understand that, there's wars in the Middle East and the price of oil is increasing. But do you need to? Is it necessary to put gum or to put plastic in my gum? Really? Now, I know they're not doing it on purpose, but the laziness required to let a child, an underage child, consume years worth of gum and then just come out and say, oh, yeah, by the way, we got plastic and all that. Are you fucking kidding me? My fear is that like 40 years from now, I'm going to be watching the TV or whatever form of media exists, 40 years from now. But I'm going to be sitting with my grandkids watching TV, and all of a sudden one of those commercials is going to come on where it's like, if you or a loved one has been diagnosed with, throat cancer from gum consumption, I'm going to be fucking pissed. I'm going to be pissed. Okay? Like, I smoke occasionally, but I know that smoking's bad for me. Who would have ever thought 10, 15 years ago that gum has plastic in it? What are we doing? What are we doing? I mean, how is there not quality testing for this? How is there not I want restitution. I do. I want like $10 million. I'm telling you guys, I'm not going to I wasn't like that one girl from Willy Wonka, but I ate, or I chewed, I should say, a lot of gum. A lot. I am fucked. This might be my last episode. I might just be dead tomorrow. I might just wake up dead. I chewed that much gum. I mean, I probably went through 3 packs a week, which is what, 60 sticks in a 5-day school week. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a shit ton. So yeah, it's over for me. It's over. I'm dead. If you're listening to this, I'm dead. I have been killed by or I shouldn't say the actual brand. I've been killed by the largest gum brands in the world for speaking out against them. But no, it's total bullshit. Um, they better come back and say, "Oh, we made a mistake. There isn't plastic in it," or we're going to war with the gum companies. I'm gonna hire a million lawyers and we're going to war. So that's my little wow, this was like an actual rant. This was like an actual rant. Welcome to the Daily Rant Show, where we just had our first like somewhat rant. Rants are just supposed to be like just talking about anything, not necessarily like, like angry rants, but you get it. You get it. Yeah, no, I'm not too happy. I didn't just find out about this. I found out this about a year ago, but I was thinking about it and I was like, wait a minute. And guess what's happened? When I used to chew so much gum in high school, and then once I graduated from high school, I just did like every once in a while, like in college or whatever. But ever since I found out about that plastic and gum, I think I've had like 2 sticks of gum, maybe 3. I have completely stopped chewing gum. Completely stopped. So I am taking it somewhat seriously, but I'm worried about my developmental years. Okay, I was going through puberty when I was chewing this shit. Who knows? Maybe I'll become a woman later in life. You know, I don't know. Maybe my testosterone blockers. Maybe that's why I'm such a twink. Am I allowed to say that on YouTube? Shit. Okay. I'm gonna end this here before I get banned. I appreciate you listening to this, and I will see you tomorrow.